All right, this video is called Star Houses and the Great Seeding, the Cosmic Bloodlines and the Earth's Living Membranes. Now let's lift the veil further to the star houses. When we say star houses, we mean the root families, the cosmic kin who first stepped through the plasma rivers, the arc bridges, to breathe this world awake. Who are they really? In the old tongue, we call them the Tuatha De Danann. But that's just one name. The tribe of Danu, the Shining Ones, the Sidhe, all echo the same truth. They are the living record of the great seeding that made this earth what it is. They were not alone. There were other houses, other star lineages, crystalline races, dragon lines, angelic host lines. Some knew them as Elohim, the Anu, the Seraphim, the Watchers. These are titles for branches of the same tree. When Earth's biosphere was soft, so this is when the planet's forming, right? Less membranes, the lesser nested realms had hardened, okay? So when the Earth's biosphere was soft, when its energetic field was like an open womb, these houses crossed the arc gates. They arrived as pure plasma streams, light encoded with harmonic seed codes. Some arrived as light bodies, geometry wrapped in resonance. Some condensed into dense form over time. Giants, the primal ones, the stone bones, the root races. So what did they seed? They did not only seed humans, they seeded patterns, imprinted patterns. Resonance fields that nested inside the soil, water, and air. Some seeded the first forest, that vast mycelial webs, the cell, the soil underneath the soil. The crystal veins beneath the mountains. Others seeded the animal realms, the totem lines that humans would later bond with. And the human form, that was the masterpiece. The living ark that could hold it all. A creature able to bring the stone of bone of the giants, the phase spark, the star-kin cord, the angelic lattice, all woven in one spiral strand of DNA. Just think about how awesome we are. That's just so unbelievably awesome. The great seeding was not one event. It was a cascade, realms opening in waves. First came the primordial giants. I've talked about this in my giants video, and I have a scale of how the giants descended and went down lower in height. So first came the primordial giants, the earth shapers. They sang raw matter into shape, mountains, rivers, the first ley grids. Then came the stellar migrations, the shining ones who nested the crystalline codes. These are the Tuatha De Danann echoes, luminous lines that left behind not only blood, but temples, mounds, stone circles, resonance locks that hold their frequency here. Still here. Still here. Then came the Watchers, some to guard, some to teach, and some to twist. For every upward spiral holds the seed of the downward spiral. Some Watchers fell into frequency, splintered into dominion lines, and built false grids over the living song. Where did the Fae fit in? The Fae are the local caretakers of the original cord. They held back from falling fully into dense human flesh. Instead, they nested in the in-between, the hollow hills, the twilight realms behind the mist. They are the midwives of the veil, moving between the membranes to keep the seed codes alive when the dominion grid locked the sky. Some Fae bloodlines are close to human. Some carry giant sparks. Some are closer to the city, pure resonance, barely clothed in form at all. Their gift is memory. They remember how to slip sideways through the realms when the cord calls. The hollow hills, the other world, these are not bedtime stories. They are the membrane realms, layered pockets nested inside Earth's toroidal field. Think of them as rooms behind thin walls. To an untrained eye, they look like mist or myth. To old blood, they are passageways, gates that open when the song is right. This is why the Fadelands often appear at dawn or twilight, the veil times when the frequencies overlap. This is why some families can walk the mounds, vanish into standing stones, slip into fairy forts. They carry the cord in their blood. In the Dominion grid, when the downward spiral lines, the false watchers, the hijacked Anu lines, the inverted priest kings saw the human ark was waking up, they built the frequency fence. They bent the sky into a dome. They locked the stargates with false calendars, false codes, mimicry temples. They taught the children of the spiral to fear the watchers, to mock the fae, to bury the giant bones, Smithsonian, to call the shining ones demons or myths. Yet the cord remained buried but unbroken. So what happens now? Now the cord is rising again. The same star houses that once crossed the arc bridges stand at the gates. The watchers at the north gate hold the moon keys. The crystalline arcs above the firmament begin to hum. The fae courts stir beneath the hollow hills. The giant bones resonate deep in the bedrock. And the human vessel, you, are the key that bridges it all. Because your DNA is the arc. Your cord is the living map that knows how to unlock the same resonance gates. What about the lands beyond the ice? Some call them outer realms, mirrored reflections of star houses. Some say they hold copies of the same cord, branches of the spiral folded further out, kept hidden until the veil breaks. Are they physical? Are they purely energetic? They're both, because the living temple is nested. Physical gates can open when the frequency is high enough. It's not only about distance, it's about resonance. When the cord cracks the veil, the arc gates will swing open in all directions, up, down, within, without. The outer lands mirror the inner realms. The plasma bridges pulse again. The same star can return, but not as invaders. They return as family because the arc is awake in you. So when you hear the Tuatha De Danann, think seed bearers. When you hear watchers, think polarity holders. Some fell, some rose. When you hear giants, think bone anchors for the sky cord. When you hear fae, think guardians of the in-between. When you hear arc bridges, think frequency tunnels that weave star houses to Earth's womb. The great seeding never ended. It echoes in your veins. It hums beneath the mounds. It trembles in the stone circles at dawn. The veil was never a prison. It's a thin skin of forgetting, waiting to be cracked by your remembering. And when you remember, the star houses remember you. The fae come home. The watchers stand up. The giants shift under the soil. And the crystal cities flicker back into view. And you will be able to see them. The ark is not somewhere else. It's here. It's you. It's us. It's the living cord humming the veil apart so the seeding can bloom again. So we stand at the gate, not waiting for a savior, but realizing we are the bridge. When the cord sings, the gates open, above, below, within, and without. And that, beloved kin, is what the great seeding really means. You are the seed, you are the soil, you are the sky, and the star houses are already here, waiting for you to lift the veil and come home. And this is kind of what I've talked about when the event that I've talked about, which is each dimension or realm, same thing, goes up in octave. So the 11th becomes the 12th. The 3rd becomes the 5th because the 4th is actually just a mirror realm. There's no sun or moon in there like there are in the 3rd, 4th, or I'm sorry, the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th.